Hello students, and welcome to Learn Piano Now with Daniel Joyner. I hope you're looking forward to learning something new today, because I am looking forward to teaching you. Today's lesson is on how to play and understand chord progressions. So you might ask the question, what is this chord progression you speak of? Well, let me explain. A chord progression is simply a sequence of chords in a particular order. I'm going to play you a very famous chord progression called the 1-5-6-4 progression, and it sounds a little something like this. If you search on the internet and search for songs that use the 1-5-6-4 progression, you'll find many good full lists of songs that utilize this. You might recognize a couple of these. Or maybe this one. Or maybe this one. Whatever the song may be, the 1-5-6-4 progression is integral to a lot of modern pop music, and many other chord progressions are as well. So let's dive in and learn what a chord progression really is. The first thing that we need to know is diatonic triads. Ah! I'm just kidding. It's not a scary term. Don't worry. All diatonic triads means is triads or chords that are built on a scale. And let's use the C major scale as our example today. The C scale is composed of white notes going from C all the way up to B. And of course you can repeat C at the top again. You can double it. So we're going to number our scale degrees in the order in which they appear. So C is 1, D is 2, E is 3, F is 4, G is 5, A is 6, B is 7, and then C is 1 again. So we have C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 again. Now, we have to tackle the second part of the word diatonic triads, which is the triad part. We have to answer the question, what is a triad? A triad is a 3-note chord built in thirds. This is an example of a triad, these 3 notes together. Now, what is a third? A third is simply a skip. So when you start on C, you skip D and go to E. And from E, you skip F and you go to G. Those are 2 skips in a row, and they're stacked on each other to create a 3-note chord. That is a triad. Now, what is a diatonic triad? I'm glad you asked. Diatonic triads are triads like these that are built on each note of the major scale. So we're going to build them on the C major scale. So this is our first one. We call this the 1 chord because it's built on the first scale degree. This is the C major triad. We're going to do the same process on the second scale degree. We're going to build a triad by doing skips in the scale. So we skip E, go to F, skip G, go to A. D, F, A. That's the D minor triad, and that is the 2 chord. Now we're going to go to the 3 chord. The 3 chord is E minor triad. The 4 chord is F major triad, F, A, C. The 5 chord is G major triad, G, B, D. The 6th chord is A minor triad, A, C, E. The 7 chord is B diminished triad, B, D, F. So those are the 7 diatonic triads in the C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 1. Okay, now, how do we build a chord progression from those? Well, the answer is we take a series of numbers from those numbered chords and we put them in a particular order. So let's use our 1, 5, 6, 4 progression as an example. So to get the 1, 5, 6, 4, you start with the 1 chord, which you remember is C major triad. Then you go up to the 5 chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The G major triad is the 5 chord. Then you go to the 6 chord, which is A minor triad, A, C, E. Then you go down to the 4 chord, F major triad. So to recap, 1, 5, 6, and 4. Now in the left hand, we're going to play the bass notes or the root notes of each chord. So for our bass notes, we're going to play the root of each chord, which is C, G, A minor, and F. And we're going to play that underneath the triads. Now, you can play it this way. You can also play it an octave down if you like, a lower sound. Another option is you can play from C down to G, up to A, down to F. Doesn't matter if you go up or down as long as you hit the right notes. C, G, A, and F. So you can also do this in your left hand if you like to beef the sound up a little bit. You can play octaves on C, G, A, and F. So I'm going to start with the simple version first. 1, 5, 6, 4. Okay? Or if you like to play the bass in a downward direction, 1, 5, 6, 4. Or if you like to play it down here, 1, 5, 6, 4. Or finally, if you'd like to play it in octaves in the left hand. 1, 5, 6, 4. Now, once you learn the 1, 5, 6, 4 progression, you can mess around with it or improvise on it a little bit by putting your own rhythms and ideas into those chords. I'll give you a little idea of what I mean. So why don't you try that at home? Once you can play the chords, then try to play them in your own way. So today we learned what a chord progression actually is. Now you understand how they're built and how to build one yourself and how to play it on the piano. We learned the 1, 5, 6, 4 progression, which is extremely famous and well known and often used in pop music. And we challenged you to play the chord progression in your own way. And let's not forget, we played the root notes in the left hand and the triads in the right. So I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. If you'd like to receive more weekly lessons on various topics, please subscribe to my channel, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. If you click on the upper left-hand corner, the next video is about how to play chord progressions in a smoother way, so you definitely want to check that video out. Thanks, and goodbye for now.